It was the last stretch, and I was starting to get serious deja vu. Now, where did that bastard go?
Releasing April 16th, 2026 for PC, PS5, Xbox Series XS, and Nintendo Switch 2, Mouse P.I. for Hire is a boomer shooter combining elements of Doom with rubber hose-styled animation such seen in the 1920s and 30s cartoons. Starring main character Jack Pepper, voiced by Troy Baker, set in the corrupt city of Mouseburg. My name is Drive Me Crazy. Let's dive into a spoilerless review of Mouse P.I. for Hire. In Mouse P.I. for Hire, you play as retired war veteran, retired police officer, and now detective Jack Pepper. You begin gathering clues on a case you get throughout the game. You have a total of 10 weapons in the game, ranging from the basic starting pistol all the way to dynamite and a portable Fraser-like weapon. As we have gotten the basic premise out of the way, I'm going to move on and talk about performance. The performance on this game is absolutely amazing. It runs smoothly on high and ultra settings, running at about 120 to 160 FPS depending on what section or level you're on, dropping FPS in a range of 70 to 90 when I was recording. However, I did once have it drop to 50 to 65 frames per second, but that's because there was a lot happening while recording and it was a boss fight. But overall the game runs great. Even if you play it on a potato PC, it still should run just fine on lowest settings. I personally am running a Predator Helios Neo 16S from Acer, running a built-in 5070 Ti Intel Core Ultra 9275HX with a 16x10 16-inch 240Hz display with 32GB of DDR5 SD RAM, with a 1TB internal SSD. Overall, I would give the rating on this game with this particular setup and laptop a 10 out of 10 when not recording, but when recording a 7 out of 10 as it tanks performance.
Oops, I jinxed it, didn't I? That's on me.
Playing on keyboard and mouse, as I prefer these kinds of games on keyboard and mouse, I will say the gameplay is exceptional. The gunplay is smooth with satisfying reload animations, awesome upgrade animations, and a great weapon progression system. I do have a small complaint about how explosives are done in this game, however, as when you throw dynamite at a wall that is explodable, it explodes immediately, but whereas an enemy, it does not. It's a small nitpick for the gameplay, at least for me, so I do wish the same logic applied to enemies as well. I am playing on the hardest difficulty named Super Sleuth, as I do love my games to be challenging as ever. I play every game on hard or on the second hardest difficulty, no matter what the game. The movement could be a bit better, as I do think the dashing can be a bit janky at times. I just wish it wasn't so stiff compared to the regular movement and jumping. I find the healing in this game quite amusing though, as Jack drinks beer and eats cheese. Speaking of cheese, I have a whole lot of cheese for you guys in the next section, which is voice acting and or the music design. I'm going to start this section off by saying I love this game's music and sound design. They carry themselves hard. The sounds, the music are what make up half the experience in this game, in my opinion. The voice acting makes it even better just by being phenomenal and having phenomenal voice actors in this game. The dialogue is written perfectly, yes, including all of the cheese jokes. I love the banter between Jack and other characters. I love the strange sense of humor this game has, and I love the voice direction. It's amazing. And I will say, I find the cheese jokes pretty funny, unlike a certain idiotic gaming media outlet IGN that let it affect their rating of the game, for whatever reason. Overall, I'm going to give the game a 9 out of 10, mainly because I love these kinds of games, and I really enjoy this game's take on boomer shooters with the hand-drawn rubber hose animation style. So, is Mouse P.I. for Hire worth the purchase? Yes, absolutely. If you want a game that has an interesting plot with a bit of nostalgia feeling backing it, with a phenomenal gameplay and a few slight hiccups and nitpicks, I would absolutely recommend this game. If you enjoyed this review or found this review helpful, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you guys get notified of when I upload. Until next time, this is Drive Me Crazy, signing off.